Hi, my name is Ryan DeAngelis here at the Guaranty RV Supercenter in Junction City, Oregon. Today I'm going to show you a unit that has, everything has their main feature, right? And a lot of these things I show them to a lot of different people, and a lot of people hate that the bathrooms are really small in most of these. That's not the case in this one. It's not a gigantic 38-foot trailer either. It's a 26-footer. It weighs about 5,400 pounds, and it's got a really nice living area, but as well as a huge bathroom in the back. It's a 2019 Heartland Sundance 262RB. So right off the bat, you got a power tongue jack. You got a nice 3/4 cap that protects everything up front. It's not just your regular fiberglass up here. You have LED lights. Very big pass-through on these. They're on magnetic catches, so it kind of just pops up there. Kind of a newer thing I'm starting to do with some of my Sundances that I'm carrying. I probably carry them both ways, but this does have power stabilizer jacks in it, which we typically have carried with just the regular ones. But I've been noticing my last couple batches of them have added the power stabilizer jacks, which is pretty cool. Very long power awning. It covers almost the entire length of the trailer. Sundance has kind of been known to have a wider door than most trailers have. There's about a 2-inch wider doorway than most trailers have, which kind of makes it a little bit easier to kind of carry stuff in. And right off the bat, when you walk in, you'll get this really big pantry. So it's kind of like a walk-in pantry, where a lot of these things don't have much of the, a couple of cabinets that you're fitting all your food and different stuff in there. You have a very large area in there. You can hang coats and all kinds of other stuff. Your broom, all the stuff that you're struggling to find places for and what you got now. So back here in the bathroom, you got a very big counter space. A lot of medicine cabinet there, and then you have a huge shower. And you have a self-cleaning shower door, so that kind of squeegees itself off as it closes, which is cool. But it's a very big shower. This is a very big bathroom. It's not overly huge that it's taking up most of your trailer. It's all right in the back here, but it's also big enough where you can change and you can stand and turn around in there, compared to some of these things are like, changing in a phone booth. You got your entertainment center here. This specific one doesn't have a TV, but I've got boxes of them here. Most of them I carry have TVs, but it fits about a 39-inch TV in there. AM, FM, DVD, Bluetooth, all the good stuff there. You have a lot of really cool LED lights in here that light up all over the place when you plug them in. We're no battery on this right now, so I can't show you, but you'll have to take my word for it. Now you have a couch here that kind of has a armrest that flips down with some cup holders. You have plugs all over the place. You have USB ports that are kind of stashed throughout, because you can charge things right off the battery. You've got LED lights in the back of these cabinets here. You have a good sized dinette, booth style dinette here. And you have cabinets in the bottom here, so you got storage down here underneath the dinette. Now, like some of my Coachman products I carry, and Jayco, Arctic Fox, Lance, and not too much other stuff, this has tongue and groove plywood in the floor. Underneath this linoleum here is real wood and not particle board. That's different than almost anything other than those few names I mentioned. These have very arched ceilings in them. They're about 6'4", 6'5" in the center, so if you've been looking at a lot of trailers and you're a taller person, you've been banging your head all over stuff, this kind of makes it a little easier to walk around in here, but also for the rest of us, it kind of gives an optical illusion this thing's bigger than it really is, because it's got the vaulted ceilings. Very nice kitchen area, right in its place. It's not kind of in the middle and getting in the way, but still a good size. Very big sink. You have a lot of drawers, you have a lot of cabinet space and storage, which kind of really opens things up, because you got all that big pantry up front where you're not trying to cram all that stuff in these things. Then in the bedroom, Sundances have a little bit bigger of a bed than most trailers have. If you're a taller person, you've been laying out a lot of beds and trailers and your feet are hanging off, and it doesn't do that at home on your queen. That's because most of these put an RV queen in there. They're 60 inches wide, but they're only 74 inches this way. This is basically a real queen. It's 78 inches. It's just a little short of being a real queen, which gives you a little bit more room to walk around it as well. But it's probably about 4 inches at least longer than almost everybody else's stuff. So you got very tall closets. You have LED lights up in the his and her reading lamps, USB ports above the bed, really deep closets though, and good storage there. And then in this back side, the little cutout that was in the kitchen there, you have a whole row of drawers, kind of like a dresser with a cabinet. You got some shelves in there too. You got a spot for a TV. You got windows on both sides of the bed here, so you can get a good cross breeze in here, and a skylight above with an exhaust vent in it. Now the back side, you can really see the arch out here too. So not just is it arched on the inside, it's also arched on the outside, which makes your roof a little bit stronger that way, and it drains a little bit better. So you have your full-size spare on the back, all your hookups for your cable and satellite and your water connections, your black tank flush where you can flush your toilet tank out real easy, all in one spot. Your gray and your black poles are right here, so they're easy to get to dump out. We show you how to work all this stuff before you take them out of here too. There's about an hour to 2 hour long class where they break everything down and show you how to use it, but then they also test everything with you. And if you want to go through it quicker because you've had a lot of these things, you can do that, but they will test every single thing in here when you come in. So you'll feel hot water out of the faucet, you'll know the hot water heater works, the fridge and freezer will be cold, you'll know the TVs will be on, the slides will go in and out, you'll feel heat and AC, everything will work before you take it, which is pretty thorough and a little bit more than a lot of places might do. Then you got a power cord where it plugs in here, and then this has a spray port which has a little hose that plugs in with a quick connect, and you can kind of spray your shoes off, spray the side of your coach off, your pets and animals, kids, whoever you got. Now on a Heartland Sundance, on every single one of them that I carry, even all the way down to my 189 Murphy bed, which is only 18 feet, every one of them has a rack and pinion slide system. In my opinion, that's a must on a slide this size, but Sundance uses it on every unit, every slide that they have, even my 18 footers, which is just a little dinette in that slide. This one, you got a couch and a dinette in that slide. The rack and pinion makes a big difference. You'll see a lot of stuff out there and you might save $1,000, which is like $5 a month, by chintzing out with a bunch of particle board and cable slides and things like that. It's not the same thing and it's not as reliable, and if you're ever getting worried about having issues with a slide, rack and pinion is pretty bulletproof where some of the cheaper slides aren't, you know, so that's a pretty big difference. Then you have your solar prep in the side. So with one of these units, what's unique about it is it's got tongue and groove plywood in the floor. It also doesn't have particle board in the floors or in the walls. That's not something you can say about most stuff in this industry. And I think for the price point that it's at, I mean, it's kind of found a sweet spot because it's a lot better than the stuff that's just a little bit cheaper than this, and it's not much of a step down from the stuff that's 10 grand more. So there's a bunch of other stuff on here I'd like to show you. My name is Ryan DeAngelis from the Guaranty RV Supercenter. Give me a call. My number is 541-525-4001. Thanks.